Hey, it's Joshua Van Veen, and today we're going to be talking about a concept that if you applied could radically change your business, your life, and your personal or daily life. It is the principle of less is best. So we, as humans, we have a tendency to overthink things, overcomplicate things, and this is often to our own detriment. You might be able to relate to this, but I have sent many emails where I have put down a whole lot of detail, I have put down important questions linking to information, and sending that email feeling really accomplished, only to get a simple reply that maybe addresses only one of the 10 questions, or maybe misses the main concept entirely. In business strategy, this is also the same. We often have the tendency here to want to complicate, make things more extreme than what they need to be. So an example of this in an agricultural business is what Masanobu Fukuoka, the author of the One Straw Revolution in Japan. He was a sustainable agriculturist that instead of thinking about ways that he could add to the current agricultural system, started to take out processes. So he started to take out fertilizing. He started to take out pest control measures through chemicals. And in return, he kept it very simple. He wouldn't take up the organic matter from the field. He would just let it decay on the field. Anyway, his measures were wildly successful. Instead of increased cost for him to farm, his farming costs went down. Instead of his soils being depleted and having weak crops, the opposite was true. He got more abundance, more crops for less input than anyone else surrounding him. And he became well known for being able to turn arid, unusable land into highly productive, beneficial agricultural land by using the less is best principle. So in business, we often think that having really complicated systems, processes, really in-depth sales funnels with hundreds of different options and emails and SMS, that is going to be the most successful. However, instead of trying to create this behemoth funnel that may or may never get used, generally what happens is that we get overwhelmed, we get complacent, and the vision never actually becomes a reality. So the risk is of having things too big, overthinking things, is that you're never actually going to be able to implement and sustain that. So we need to remember the KISS principle. Keep it silly, keep it simple, stupid. And no, that's not an insult. It's a way of thinking to reduce complexity, to make things more achievable, to make things more beneficial by taking out the unnecessary. It's a subtraction method. So in your communication, could you say the same thing with less words? In your product or service, could you maybe focus in on one particular pain point from one particular audience, as opposed to having multiple audiences, multiple pain points that you're trying to solve? For your daily life, are you trying to live too complex? You're trying to add too much into each day that you're feeling overwhelmed and not actually achieving much at all? These are the risks of overcomplication, of too much. And this happens all the time. So the breakthroughs that we're talking about today is about how we can go from the complex, the big, to the usable, the simple, the powerful. So we're talking about the power of subtraction, of taking away to make things more than what they were, to make them easier to implement, to make them more likely to be implemented. And we can see this in our business strategies, like when we design our funnels. Many of the time when we're designing our marketing, we're thinking really complex, we're thinking really big ideas. And then when it comes to execution, it becomes almost impossible. We either give up, or we don't have the resources to see it through, or we just get completely overwhelmed and drop it and nothing ever happens. So a better method of this is the minimum viable funnel, where we do the absolute minimum required to generate leads, to generate sales, And then from that as our starting point, we can actually get feedback. We can see what's working. We can see how it's working. And then we can optimize. Then we can add on from that point. So we need to start with less to be able to get the information, the understanding, to be able to add on things that are actually meaningful, things that are actually going to help and benefit us to grow in the way that we want to grow. So starting off with more at the beginning, it means that there's a greater chance of failure, a greater chance of it not actually happening, and a greater chance of you not achieving what you set out to achieve. But if we flip that, and if we use the power of subtraction, of taking away, of making things more simpler, then our chance of success skyrockets. So imagine having a business strategy that you truly understand, that you can articulate clearly to others in less than a minute. This simplified process means that you're actually going to be able to achieve those goals, to achieve that strategy much more than if it was too complex, had all the bells and whistles at it from the beginning. In permaculture, we like to say slow and small is sustainable. So starting off with what you know, getting out with a minimum viable funnel, and following the keep it simple, stupid principle is the way that we can truly grow our business and get success. So today, I would like to offer you a free training on a very simple business growth strategy that service-based businesses can use right now to generate more leads, more clients, and it is incredibly simple. So if you would like that free training, that's down in the description. You can click on that and get that to implement in your business so that you're not at the hands of your overthinking, that you're not going to be detrimental, your actual plans can be achieved. So yeah, download that training now so that you can actually see the growth that you want to see in your business by keeping things simple, being able to have more fun in it, and being able to understand it more intimately. So thanks for watching. My name's Joshua Van Veen. Peace.